Welcome back to the Nap Lab. Today we are reviewing the Purple Renew. The Renew is an 11-inch all-foam mattress made up of Purple's hyper-elastic gel grid, polyfoam, and 2-layer support foam base. This is a Costco exclusive, made to be a more budget-friendly option for the normally pricey Purple brand. Of course, $1,400 is considered low for Purple standards. For us, this is still slightly higher than the average mattress price based on everything we've tested to date. So the question, is this the best chance to get a hold of the Purple grid without breaking the bank, or should you save for one of their more expensive models? Let's jump into the review and find out now. We test mattresses across our battery of 10 objective and data-driven tests, and here is the resulting scorecard for the Purple Renew. Right off the bat, we can see some mixed performance scores. On the high range, we see cooling scored at 9.0 and response time a perfect 10. From there, motion transfer, off-gassing, and company all scored in the mid to high 8 range. Then, on the low end, it earned a SEC score of 7.9, followed by edge support and pressure relief at a 7.0. Altogether, the Purple Renew earned an overall score of 8.28. This is a little below the average score of 8.55, and it puts it within the bottom 27% among the 300 plus mattresses we tested to date. As far as Purple is concerned, the Renew is the second lowest scoring mattress out of the 10 Purple mattresses we've tested thus far. The Purple Renew has a medium firm feel, which is a rating of 6 out of 10 on our firmness scale. This firmness is typically suitable for a wide range of sleepers, but given the minimal sinkage of this mattress, I would primarily recommend it to back and stomach sleepers. Next, we're going to talk through what the Purple Renew does best. First, the mattress unsurprisingly has a lightning fast material response. This goes hand in hand with Purple's gel grid, and it means the surface of the mattress will feel incredibly lively with little risk of feeling stuck. Second, the Renew has great cooling performance. Again, the gel grid allows for excellent breathability despite the all-foam layers underneath it. Third, because the mattress is available at Costco, you're able to use their extremely generous return policy. However, all mattresses aren't ideal for all sleepers. Let's talk through the important consideration points for the Renew. First, edge support is lacking for both sitting and lying at the absolute edge. Especially for sitting, we measured a level of compression that makes the prospect of using it during amorous activities fairly dubious. Second, despite the quality of the gel grid, there are only 2 inches of it, and the polyfoam underneath just isn't that comfortable. This can create significant pressure relief issues, especially for side sleepers. We'll discuss this more in depth in a little bit. Finally, the mattress is not available in sizes smaller than a queen for some reason, so if you're looking for that twin XL, or full, you'll need to pick something else. Your body weight and sleeping position impact the types of mattress that are best able to support you. Our analysis is designed to help match the correct mattress to the right body types and sleeping positions. Support on the Purple Renew is fair. During our test, I felt reasonably well supported. However, I also felt significant pressure points. For a mattress to be supportive, it needs to keep the spine in a neutral alignment while also creating sufficient pressure relief and comfort. While the mattress does support the body well, I also found it uncomfortable during many of our tests. The mattress is equipped with a 7-inch support layer. This is 0.87 inches thinner than the average support layer thickness of 7.87 inches based on all of our tests to date. On paper, this mattress has the materials and design to create sufficient support. That said, the pressure issues we experienced and measured in our pressure mapping test are problematic and make the total support dynamic less than ideal. Based on all of my tests to date, an analysis of the materials, and my subjective experiences, I'm confident most sleepers will find support on the Purple Renew is fair. Be sure to visit us over at naplab.com/mattress-quiz. There, you can submit your needs and preferences, and we'll send you back a personalized recommendation based on your inputs. Next up, we're going to move on to our individual performance tests. At Nap Lab, we test each mattress by analyzing according to 10 different factors that impact the feel, comfort, and performance. First up, we have a cooling test. To measure cooling, we lie on the mattress for 15 minutes, allowing it to absorb body heat. Then, we get off the mattress and take periodic measurements of the surface level temperature. Our tests show how the mattress retains and releases heat and overall cooling performance. Mattresses that breathe better, retain less heat, and sleep cooler are better as they allow sleepers to maintain a comfortable temperature. The Purple Renew has excellent cooling. During our tests, I did not feel any significant level of heat retention around my body. The mattress remained comfortably cool and seemed to breathe well. The Purple Grid, which is a hyper-elastic gel polymer, does a nice job of preventing heat retention, while the grid-like pattern creates ample air pockets for increased breathability. In our objective temperature test, we measured a max surface level temperature of 89.4 degrees Fahrenheit. This is 0.3 degrees cooler than the average of 89.7 degrees based on all of our tests to date. After getting off the mattress, the temperature declined by 7.9 degrees from minute 0 to 1, which is 3.1 degrees cooler than the average 0 to 1 minute decline of 4.8 degrees. When we consider the combination of objective data, my subjective experiences, and an analysis of the materials, I'm confident in my view the cooling is excellent. In the sinkage test, we lie on the mattress. In addition, we use a 12-pound medicine ball to test pressure point sinkage. Deeper sinkage can cause sleepers to feel overly enveloped by the material layers, while less sinkage can make you feel you're sleeping more on top of the mattress as opposed to in it. Sinkage is a preference factor. Some prefer more, others less. The Purple Renew has minimal sinkage. During our test, we measured a pressure point sinkage depth of 1.98 inches. This is 0.18 inches less sinkage than the average sinkage depth of 2.16 inches based on all of our tests to date. The mattress creates more of a floating feel where the body lies more on the mattress as opposed to in the mattress. While the heavier parts of my body, namely butt and midsection, are sinking down to a moderate depth, the lighter parts of my body are floating more on the mattress. The mattress does have some body contouring hug. However, it is far more restrained than what is typical for a memory foam and many types of polyfoam mattresses. All that said, heavier weighted bodies will experience more hug and contour, while lighter weighted bodies will experience less. To test motion transfer, we place one 12-pound medicine ball on one side of the mattress and drop another 12-pound medicine ball on the opposite side. In addition, we use an accelerometer to objectively measure the motion generated by the medicine ball drop. Lower motion transfer is better as it helps sleeping partners avoid disturbing each other during the night. The Purple Renew has a low level of motion transfer. During our test, we measured a total acceleration range of 8.26 meters per second squared. This is 5% less motion transfer than the average of 8.74 meters per second squared. Certainly, the materials and design of the Renew mattress are having a significant impact. While the mattress does use 2 inches of Purple's grid on top, the vast majority of the mattress is polyurethane foam. These foam layers are able to absorb and disperse much of the energy and bounce, resulting in a lower level motion transfer. In our motion transfer chart, which visualizes our accelerometer data, we can see the highest motion peaks from 0 to 0.22 seconds. Motion drops significantly immediately thereafter, and by 1.08 seconds, we return to near zero levels of energy. I will say, I was surprised by the motion duration. Typically, mattresses with this level of motion intensity would have a notably lower motion duration. Seemingly, the Purple grid material allows motion to persist for longer on the mattress, even though the motion intensity level is kept in check. The hyperelastic gel grid has a certain jiggliness to it. Seemingly, that jiggliness allows for a longer than average motion duration. All that said, overall motion transfer is low, and I don't expect it will be a major problem for most sleepers. To test response time, we placed a 12-pound medicine ball on the mattress. Once it's fully at rest, we then quickly remove it and objectively measure the amount of time it takes the mattress to recover and resume its original shape. A faster response time is better, as quicker responding material layers better adapt to your changes in movement and prevent any type of a stuck feeling. The Purple Renew has an extremely fast material response. In our mostly recovered test, we measured a recovery speed of 0.2 seconds, which is 0.22 seconds faster than the average of 0.42 seconds, based on all of our tests to date. In our fully recovered responsiveness test, we measured a recovery speed of 0.3 seconds, which is 0.67 seconds faster than the average of 0.97 seconds. At this speed, the Purple Renew has an effectively instant material responsiveness speed. It's tied for first with a number of other highly responsive mattresses we've tested. The fast response speed ensures the mattress is easy to move around on and won't ever leave you feeling stuck in the mattress. To run the bounce test, we drop a 12-pound medicine ball onto the mattress. We measure the maximum depth the ball sinks to before rebounding up, as well as the maximum height it achieved on the bounce. Bounce is a preference factor. Some prefer more, others less. However, more bounce is typically better than less, as it improves ease of movement, aids in response time, and improves sex performance. The Purple Renew has a moderate level of bounce. During our test, we measured a total bounce height of 8.87 inches. This is 0.44 inches less bounce than the average of 9.31 inches based on all of our tests to date. The Purple Renew's bounce dynamic is really a tale of two materials. The hyperelastic gel grid is springy, responsive, and capable of creating high bounce. However, the gel grid sits on 9 inches of polyfoam layers, which absorb energy and reduce bounce. While bounce is lower than average, it's still sufficiently high enough to create good ease of movement. Even so, bounce at this level will negatively impact sex performance. For an assessment of edge support, I lie on and sit on the edge of the mattress to measure the level of support and compression. Less things while sitting and lying directly on the edge of the mattress is better, as it creates a more supportive edge for sleeping, lounging, and amorous activities. The Purple Renew has mediocre sitting edge support and fair lying edge support. In our sitting edge support test, we measured a sitting sinkage compression of 5.50 inches. This is 1.44 inches more sitting sinkage than the average of 4.06 inches based on all of our tests to date. There can be no sugarcoating it. While sitting directly on the edge of the mattress, the support is simply insufficient. There is nearly a complete collapse of materials, and I did not feel well supported on the edge. Lying edge support is a similar story. While lying directly on the edge of the mattress, I do not feel well supported. The purple grade material simply collapses in upon itself along the edge of the mattress. The mattress uses a perimeter edge support foam, which should be helping more. However, it doesn't look thick enough to be having a robust impact on edge support. Both lying and sitting edge support leave much to be desired. Our sex test uses a weighted formula to assess sex performance. Higher balance and more supportive edge are the most important factors, with noise, pressure relief, and cooling being lesser weighted inputs. Mattresses with more bounce and better edge support perform better for sex, as do mattresses that don't make as much noise and are more comfortable to lie on. The Purple Renew has fair sex performance. On the positive side, noise is minimal and cooling is excellent. However, that's where the biggest pros end. In our bounce test, we measured 8.87 inches of total bounce height. This is enough to earn it a good score, but is far from amazing. When it comes to bounce, more is always better, and ideally, I want to see 10 inches or more. In addition, pressure relief also leaves much to be desired. While the purple grid material feels good, we only have 2 inches of it. There is an additional 2-inch polyfoam comfort layer, but I wasn't overly impressed by its quality or feel. During our test, we found some noteworthy pressure relief issues, which could compound and complicate sex performance. Lastly, edge support is mediocre. With 5.5 inches of sitting edge sinkage, the edge of the mattress will be difficult to use for many couples when it comes to your dance without pants. Overall, sex performance is fine, but also far, far from great. Our pressure relief test is a measure of overall pressure relief performance. We analyze materials, layers, thicknesses, density, and design elements in conjunction with a subjective assessment of our experience while lying on the mattress. Mattresses with better pressure relief are able to create a more comfortable sleeping surface. The Purple Renew has a fair level of pressure relief. During our tests, I felt a moderate level of building pressure points on my body. I also found it difficult to lie in the same position for any extended period of time. The Purple Renew has 0.16 inches less comfort material than the average comfort layer thickness of 4.16 inches based on all of our tests to date. The most impressive part of the comfort layer is the 2-inch purple grade material. However, the second 2-inch polyfoam layer wasn't overly impressive in terms of quality or feel. Overall, I found the feel of the mattress simply wasn't particularly comfortable. The mattress creates only a minimal level of sinkage and more of a floating feel where you lie on the mattress as opposed to sinking down in the mattress. In my view, this feel weakens the pressure relief performance and creates a feel that is more likely to create pressure points. In our pressure mapping test, we recorded mixed results. While most pressure maps came back without any issues, we also recorded pressure points in excess of 2.0 psi on multiple mapping runs. A psi of 2.0 is considered a high pressure point and is the highest our pressure map system records. Initially, I thought the pressure mat may have simply bunched up or we otherwise recorded an anomaly. However, in 4 pressure mapping test cycles, which include 4 positions each cycle, 12 maps in total, we recorded 4 pressure maps in excess of 2.0 psi. In my view, this indicates a more significant pressure issue on the Purple Renew. Sometimes it seems the mattress does fine, but in certain positions with enough weight localized to a specific area, especially hips while lying on the side, the mattress seems to lack the necessary comfort material to create sufficient pressure relief. When I consider our objective pressure maps, material thickness, material quality, and my subjective experience on the mattress, I'm confident most sleepers will find pressure relief to be fair. To evaluate off-gassing, we assess the mattress following the initial unboxing, taking a subjective measure of any strong smells. We monitor the mattress over a period of days until the mattress no longer has a strong odor. Mattresses with less strong odor and/or an odor dissipates more quickly are better. The Purple Renew had a strong smell upon initial unboxing. The mattress smelled for 5 days. This is 1.4 days less than the average smell duration of 6.4 days. The smell is quite unique and is primarily due to the hyper-elastic polymer gel that Purple uses. Even so, I was pleased to see it only lasted 4 or 5 days. The company score takes a look at the factors that may influence your experience with the mattress. Factors include like the trial period, warranty, shipping costs, return costs, trust, and country of origin. The Purple Renew is sold and distributed by Costco. This gives it the trial and warranty that Costco offers, which actually ends up far more favorable than your standard Purple company terms. The Purple Renew comes with an effectively infinite trial period due to Costco's incredible return policy. In addition, it also has a 10-year warranty. The 10-year warranty is shorter than the average 13-year warranty, excluding the 25% of mattresses that have a lifetime warranty. So, should you buy the Purple Renew? I think this heavily depends on how high of a premium you put on the Purple mattress brand. They offer a unique feel that is exclusive to their special gel grid, and generally speaking, I'm a fan of the grid. However, the Renew specifically struggled in many areas that many sleepers would consider to be non-starters. Its support is simply lacking, and I would not recommend it for side sleepers. More than that, it has pressure relief issues that could impact sleepers of any weight and position. For most sleepers, I think you're far better off going with the original mattress sold on Purple.com, which is around the same price. That model scored considerably better in our tests. Well guys, if this video, I hope found it helpful. Comments or questions, please drop us those notes down below. If you're interested in buying the Purple, we got a link in the description. For more from NapLab, be sure to get subscribed, ring that bell, and visit us over at naplab.com. As always, thank you so much for watching.